Hello there. I am Nafbits and welcome with me to play some NoteQuest. And actually this video is a response or a participation video to this one channel, YouTube channel called Man Alone, and he put up this community effort to play solo RPG games. I'm not sure if NoteQuest actually counts as one, but at least it's a tabletop pen and paper playing game. And I had to make this video extremely improvised. This setup is, first of all, I'm not at home where I would prefer to do this. Second of all, it's late at night. As usual, I'm doing this very last minute, as is my nature. But enough of that. Apologies for maybe the video being ugly and my output not being the best possible one, because I'm doing it live in a sense. But enough of introductions, so let's get into the game. Okay, so I think that this game might be familiar to most of you, and I intend on doing a proper introduction or a video like what this game is about, because I've been wanting to start a YouTube channel for a while now. Anyways, here are a couple of my drawings of the game. Man Alone, you did something to me, so to say. I noticed quite quickly that when I started to play this, that I got lost in some creative endeavors. I started to draw quite a bit, and it hindered my gameplay actually, or at least, I was drawing so much that I wasn't able to play properly. So I made quite a lot of, I've been experimenting with character cards and stuff like that. Here's my latest one, which I intend on starting to use, and then I drew pictures of my characters. For example, this is my second, now already dead character, but I will use it. I will draw my current character, who also happens to be a gnome, this way. I wish that I had the proper pictures, but I will show them at one point, whether I finish them or not. As you can see, this is a sketch still. But at the moment in my game, I've been playing it quite a bit without logging the minutes to the community effort spreadsheet. So right now my little gnome is there's my first dungeon that I have not finished yet. I have not killed the dungeon boss, but I am doing some hexploring in the world, looking for new stuff. There's a dwarf fortress, for example, nearby, and in one of the adjacent hexes there's a dwarf fortress that I visited, and the ruins... Oh, sorry, I mixed up my thoughts. Next to the dwarf fortress hex there's a ruins which turned out to be a prison, and I finished off the what's it called, dungeon boss in that dungeon. And after that I ventured outside to explore the world. I intend on doing a round trip back to my starting hex, which is let me see, there's a human city and the dungeon, the Tomb of the Broken Rest. And I have a monkey pet with me, which I actually find this game quite hilarious in many ways. I think that it's been put together with quite a bit of tongue in the cheek, which I appreciate quite a lot. And I got the monkey in a forest here. There's I think that there were a goblin city. I have the notes right next to me, but I don't want to bore you by reading them and being silent. And I found it in the forest because I got some money in the game to spend on provisions which you need if you want to hire a pet. But let's start rolling some dice. I need to do this improvised cut, so to say, once again. Just a second. Okay, so the way hexploring works is that you throw one dice based on where you are at the moment. Now we are at planes, which is quite nice, but I already, even though they are not visible in the drawn map here, this is just the one that I make after I do the quick sketching in my notebook here, which has the whole world, if I can show it in the camera. So we are there at the moment, and I thought that we would move to, there's some glacier, which is not good. Oh, sorry. As I said, it's quite harshly improvised, so apologies for the camera shake. Give me a sec. Okay, so where were we? I really need to be careful of the camera because it's right up my nose and there's lots of wires coming out of it, or going in rather. But yeah, so I thought that we would move to, there's glaciers and then there's plains, so we're gonna go to the plains. It's hex 60 and then 61 is tundra, and I would rather not go to the tundra because it's quite, how do you say it, boring, what you can throw on the what's this called, the box of choices. I'm sorry, it's quite late, so my language skills are not the best at the moment because, as you can probably hear from my accent, English is not my native language. Anyways, let's throw the dice. So we are at hex 60 at the moment. I will write that down with my left hand, which I am not left-handed. Quite difficult, it's a 6. So it says that if you are on the plane, a 6 gives you another plane, which is nice. So I write that down. And I'm quite unexperienced with these games, which means that I have not yet come up with a proper system of how I should do this or how I actually want to do this. But yeah, since we moved first of all from 56 to another hex, we need to roll 2 dice to figure out if there's events. Luckily there were not, because if you throw more than 7, there's nothing happened. Then we moved, we threw the hex number 62. Yes. And let me see. Yeah, next you roll up a location. It's a 5. There's not gonna be a location. You need a 6 for that. Okay, so let's go for the next hex. Hex 63 is gonna be a tundra, which is fine. Let's see. Again, apologies. Again, let's see if there's a location there. We need a 6. There's not a location. And then the next hex is gonna be a glacier, which is, they are quite dangerous because I chose a cold climate for myself in this world, and it does not have a location. So I'll just quickly jot those down. So it was a tundra and then a glacier in the other hex. Sorry for the camera shake, by the way. My table, what's called the table real estate is quite limited at the moment. But okay, so let's go to, okay, that's not good. Let's go to 61 because it has a tundra there. Again, you don't see it in the paper map, but just for visual interest, I guess I'm gonna put the paper, what's it called, marker or weeble into the correct hex, and then let's continue on with the throwing. So next hex is going to be, so we are in tundra. No. Yes, tundra. And we threw a 1, so it's gonna be water. Okay. Is there gonna be a location there? There is gonna be a location there, which is quite interesting. So, oh my word. Sorry again for those of you who feel what's it called, seasick. I apologize quite a lot. So, location in the water, it's gonna be, it was nothing. That's not so good. So water there, no location. Next one is gonna be a tundra, another tundra. As I said, it's gonna be quite boring when you throw from tundra. So I think what I'm gonna do, because I've been waffling about, if that means what I think it means, for over 10 minutes now, I'm gonna continue playing off the recording, and then when I come back I hope that we have made some progress. So let's see when that happens. Okay, so I didn't get very far before something, or rather I rolled something interesting in a hex. There's a dwarven city in a mountain hex nearby, but I started recording not just because of that, but also because I forgot to roll if there's events when I moved hexes. I think I moved twice now and forgot to roll both of them. So okay, something happened when I moved the previous time. It's a 4 and I was in tundra, and it's a blizzard. So I'm gonna lose 2 provisions. And also apparently I forgot to count those down too. So just a blizzard, nothing serious. Let's carry on. And so when traveling, I actually threw up quite a bit of mountain range here. So these are all mountains, and this is a mountain hex also. So when moving from 68 to 70, hex 70, I got stuck in an avalanche and lost 2 HP. Luckily nothing more serious. But at the moment I'm running out of provisions to travel, so I actually might have to go back a little bit to the dwarven city, because mountains are quite expensive to travel in. Naturally it's a hard environment. But looking at the clock that I've been playing this so far, and the video is actually quite boring probably because there's only hexploring, but I wanted to make this video to be my first tabletop or solo RPG video rather. If you can call NoteQuest an RPG, I think you kind of can, especially if you play like me and you really get involved with the characters and making up stories with them. I had such a blast starting the game, my first character, and I really loved him. He died in the second room in a dungeon. His name was George, and he was a dwarven scholar. And after him in came Peippo, or the English name would be, I googled it, it would be, what's it, Chad or Chaffinch. Yeah, Chaff or Finch or Finn or something like that. But Peippo in my own language, or actually the current character is Peippo the Second, and he avenged Peippo the First, who came in after George and just let hell loose by firing a fireball into 2 living armor and then avenging the death of George by slaughtering the last goblin that killed George in the first place. But I'm gonna end the video here when I get home to a proper setup and learn to do this properly, because I notice that there's quite a bit that you have to think or keep in mind when doing this. Also, the setup is not ideal, because I really have to be careful with wires and the little tiny crappy tripod that I have with me. But, well, as I said in the beginning, I've been thinking about starting a YouTube channel for a while now, and what I would like to do in that channel is also to make some like arts and crafts. So let's paint some miniatures and play games like this, and then games on the computer, or games like Rocket League and Oxygen Not Included, or Kerbal Space Program, or My Summer Car. And because I like weird stuff. And then maybe some collectible card games and whatnot. And I have a quite wide spectrum of things that I'm interested in and would like to share them with you. So thanks for watching. And even though quite nothing happened in this video, as I said that when I learn to get better, I'll make better videos. But I really wanted to participate in the PEEP community effort to gather 100 hours, I think it was, of community gameplay, and I really enjoy Manlow's channel and videos that he makes. So if you don't know the channel yet, go and check it out and subscribe to him. And also if you enjoyed at all what you saw here, because with this, well, for lack of expertise, it is what it is, but please tell me if you want to see more of this stuff, and I would really like to get into some drawing and making stuff look nice with you guys and gals and whatnot. So hopefully you enjoyed it at least a little bit, and see you hopefully on the next one. Bye bye.